We continue on ETBU Extra on the ETB Sportsnet at goetbtigers.com. Thank you for clicking in today and listening live wherever you may be, at work, at home, or just traveling down the road listening through your smartphone. Also, of course, later we play these clips back on the ETB YouTube channel, so watch social media for how you can click and watch that. Found out who my guest is. It's the Tiger tennis coach, Coach Jeff Bramlett, here today. And, Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Well, thank you.
I noticed you got some fans out there giving you a little high five out there, trying to distract you.
They're trying to distract me. They're trying to get me to do the dab.
We'll concentrate to try to get that serve in because we're at the tiebreaker and we've already faulted once, so we got to get the serve in. Well, let's talk Tiger tennis. First of all, let's talk about the men's team. And finally, the Tiger men's team is on a roll right now and won their last two matches.
They are on a roll, yes, indeed. Beat our first regionally ranked opponent this last weekend in TLU, and also beat Concordia. So they played quite well. Very proud of them, and we're hoping to build on it this week, starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Well, talk about the match that you had against Concordia. You won 5-4. You got kind of tight there, and Connor Mason won the match that put you over.
Yeah, Connor Mason, last match on the court. He came through there at the number 2 men's singles, and that's usually really high-level tennis there. Both the number 1, number 2 singles. That's where everybody puts their big guns, and for him to win that was pretty big time for us. And then he turned around and did the same thing against TLU. It was the 5th win against TLU for us, and I can't say enough good things for Connor. I mean, that was pretty pressure tennis for us for him to go out there and do that for us.
Win the match against Concordia when it came down to the last match of the day. Kind of take us to the atmosphere that was happening at that time as the team was watching the last one being played on the court.
Oh boy, everybody's out there. Everybody else, of course, is off the court with both teams. All the parents are out there. All the fans are out there from both sides, and everybody's just huddled around that court. It's more like World Cup soccer at that point. Everybody's going crazy, yelling and screaming. You double fault, and everybody's cheering. So it's pretty intense atmosphere right there. So it can be very nerve-wracking. I've seen a lot of people choke in that type of atmosphere, but Connor, he had ice water in his veins at that point, and he didn't let it affect him, and just reeled in the victory for the team.
So the Tiger men win the match against Concordia on March 12th by a score of 5-4. And then the next day, on Sunday, March 13th, you face Texas Lutheran University, win that match 6-3. A little bit more win margin there, so kind of an easier day maybe?
It was a little easier day, but we got the 2-1 lead in the doubles again. We switched some doubles pairings, and it's really turned into the strength of the team. We were up 2-1, almost had a 3-0 lead, very similar to the Concordia match. Several of those matches were just kind of hanging in the fringe for a while there. Tyler got the win for us at the number 1 singles. It really came down to Connor getting that 5th win for us again. He actually split sets, lost the first set at 2. And then Cody split sets for us at the number 4 singles match for us. So it was just kind of hanging there for a second. Ryan won the first set and then went down 3-0 in the second set. Dylan was playing a kid that was just hitting bombs, hitting probably 120-mile-an-hour serves. Every time we'd get up on him 30-love, 40-love, he'd hit three or four aces in a row. So it just kept going back and forth for quite a while there before the guys got control of the match. Finally, Cody wins the second set, gets control of the match. Connor does the same thing, and then they end up just routining the second and third sets and turn that match around. It was a real hot and warm day out there, and then Tyler, he closed out the second set, just gave us a little bit of breathing room, took a little bit of pressure off of Connor and Cody. And then Ryan, we actually had 2 sets of courts over there at Trinity, so I didn't know exactly what was going on over there on the other set of courts. I was over there coaching for a while, then I was staying on my telephone calling some of the players, trying to get the scores over there in Ryan's match. I was hoping Ryan would come off with the win, and then I saw him walking over the tennis balls. I knew that he got the win, so that gave us a little bit of cushion. And then thank goodness Connor got the 5th win for us. So it was a little nerve-wracking there, but you see the score 6-3 and think we had a pretty nice cushion, but it was much closer than what the score showed.
Now, of course, that was the beginning of spring break on 12th and 13th, and did not play any matches over spring break. And now tomorrow, you host Belhaven here in our courts. And kind of what do you expect from Belhaven as they come in to play your Tiger men's team?
I expect a really tough match. Belhaven's been ranked top 20 in the nation in NAIA. They're actually, I guess, going to be like McMurray being eligible the first couple of years because they're all scholarship players right now. But they're tough. Matter of fact, they beat McMurray 8-1. McMurray is one of the powers in our conference on the men's side. On the women's side, they just barely lost to UT Tyler 5-4. So this being our first conference match, it's going to be a great match and a wonderful tune-up before we play Laterno next week. And then, of course, we've got UT Tyler just staring down at us right down the turnpike here in a couple of weeks. So we're looking forward to this match, and it's a type of match we need after having a few days off after spring break.
Well, Tiger men's tennis on a roll right now with a 2-match win streak. Hopefully that momentum will carry them in as they face Belhaven tomorrow. So let's change from Tiger's men's tennis and move over to the ladies' side of the Tiger tennis program here at East Texas Baptist University. Ladies are 9-2, and of course they too played Texas Lutheran and Trinity and Gustavus Adolphus on the 12th and the 13th. Talk about the matches that occurred that weekend before spring break.
Okay. Well, I thought the women played real well. Of course, we went into that nationally ranked and undefeated, and we've lost our undefeated status. And we knew TLU was going to be tough, and that they were regionally ranked, and we've never beaten them before. And the score showed that we got a pretty good win, 8-1.
8-1, yeah.
But it was real similar to the men's match. It was much closer than what the score indicated. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and if I remember correctly, I don't think we finished that match till 1:45. And then the next match was against Trinity, and it was scheduled for 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the biggie was Kayla having to play Sophia from at that number 1 singles. Sophia is ranked top 10 or 11 in the country, and that match took forever. And number 2 women's singles took forever also. And they both ended up going to tiebreakers for the third set. And with a national ranking on the line there for Kayla, and Kayla had to completely change her strategy to win that match. And to her credit, she did it. I mean, it was like trying to hold back a wild racehorse, with Kayla, asking her to moonball and lob the ball, and she was behind the match at the time, but she did it, and she came back and won that thing. But in doing so, we only had an hour rest to eat lunch on a very warm day, and then turn around and play Trinity, who's ranked, I think, 23rd in the nation.
24th.
24th.
Let's make that right.
Okay, I missed it by one. I was close. Keep me in line here, Mike.
And I hope I wrote it down right when I wrote my notes down, Coach.
There you go. I'm sure you did. So we only had an hour's rest, then had to play Trinity, and that was going to be a tough one to win, even if we were fresh. And they didn't have a match that morning, and we had several close matches with them, and unfortunately I lost most of them. So it's sort of like our match versus TLU. The score did not indicate how close that match was. We lost several close doubles matches, went down 3-0, and then kind of let the wind out of ourselves a little bit. But to Kayla's credit, she beat another nationally ranked player in Lutz. And Lutz played Sophia. I think had 3 or 4 match points in the ITA tournament this fall in a 4-hour match in the semifinals of the ITA tournament. But and Kayla went down 3-0 against her, but turned that thing around and ended up beating her in straight sets. So it was just an amazing an amazing feat that she did. And then after that they had the barbecue for the players, and we taught the Gustavus Adolphus girls how to two-step that evening, both our men's and women's teams. So that was quite a hit with the tournament. And then we had to turn around and play Gustavus Adolphus the next day, and same deal. We had a lot of close matches. Ended up going down 3-0 in the doubles, and they were a tough team. They played mainly Division II, Division I teams, so we weren't sure how good they were going to be. But they had a very good record, and they usually beat those Division I and Division II teams. And they had a nationally ranked girl in at the number 1 singles as well. And Kayla lost the first set in that and ended up having to win that thing in 3 sets. And I'm not sure how she had the endurance to do it. So. Luckily, all the running and the conditioning that we've been doing paid off. Kate won at the number 3 singles. We had some close matches there at 5 and 6 with Kelly and Malika. We had a tough match with Tiffany at the number 2 singles. Had 2 real close matches at 1 doubles. Two doubles was real close. We lost it at 8-6. But like I say, I get close doesn't count, I guess, except in horseshoes, right? So, but anyway, we got the sportsmanship award for the team, which you know, I'm always proud if the kids exhibit character on the court. To me, that's always the most important thing. The winning will take care of itself if you know, if we exhibit that on the court. And Kate got the sportsmanship award for the tournament as an individual. Kayla got the player of the tournament award, which she deserved, beating 3 nationally ranked players. So overall, it was a very successful weekend. We got what we wanted out of it and ready to start conference play.
What was the psyche of the team? They came into the matches undefeated and they lose their first 2 matches of the year. How did they take that, Coach?
I thought they took it well. They really did. I mean, they don't like losing. You know, typically I've got a few of them on the team I don't talk. I just know not to talk to for about 24 hours after they lose. But they know that they knew they gave it 100% effort, and it wasn't that we played poorly. It was just that we played a couple teams that were just flat out better than we were, and we're keeping the big picture in mind. We know we want to peak in April. We want to be playing our best tennis come April 9th when we play UT Tyler. So, you know, we weren't necessarily going up there. We wanted to do well, but our goal is not necessarily to have the highest national ranking or the highest regional ranking or to win the spring break Trinity Bash. You know, our goal, you know, our team's goal is to win conference, and so they're keeping that picture in mind, and we got the practice and the competition that we wanted out of it, and so they've got the right mental frame of mind, and they weren't too down in the dumps about it. And we had a great practice yesterday, both with the men's and women's team, and they were ready to get back to work. They were hungry, and that's what I wanted to see.
Well, let's wrap up your time here on ETBU Extra, Coach, by talking about your next opponent, which is a home match tomorrow here on campus at ETBU at the Veterans Memorial Tennis Complex, located at the corner of Tiger Drive and Van Zant. Got to Belhaven coming to play your Lady Tigers. Kind of give us a preview of those matches coming up.
Well, like I say, Belhaven, we're ranked top 20 in the country in NAIA, and their women's team just played UT Tyler, lost to them 5-4. The men's team just beat McMurray 8-1. So I think we're going to have a tough match on our hands, and it's going to be a real competitive match. So, you know, we hope to have a big turnout for this. It's our first home match in quite a while, and it'll be a good match. They're real tough on both sides, on the men's and women's. So it's be a good one and a match that we're looking forward to.
Well, Coach, best to the Lady Tigers and Tigers as they play tennis tomorrow on campus against Belhaven. Been visiting with Coach Jeff Bramlett. And don't go away. Coming up next on ETBU Extra, we'll talk with one of the Tiger men's tennis players, Dylan Deathridge. He'll be our guest next on ETBU Extra.
All right.